Broad Street Sports, the best Philly sports podcast.
So the Eagles hold on to the win against the Rams, and I've been trying to convince myself that this was a good win by the Eagles. But there are so many things about this game that continues to make me not happy about what I saw on the field and just pisses me off. Starting with how bad Kellen Moore's offensive play calling was tonight. It was just as bad last week, and I thought coming into this week he was going to change things up. We were going to see different things now that we had a fully healthy Jalen Hurts. It didn't look good at all. He tried to abandon the run early in the first half. It was bad. Then I go and then I look at how bad Jalen Hurts was. The guy got sacked at an alarming rate, got a safety, had no pocket awareness whatsoever. I look at A.J. Brown. He didn't get that touchdown at the end of the first half when he should have been in. He dropped a bunch of passes that should have been caught. And then I look at the flags that the Eagles got, the jumping penalties. I mean, it was like a bunch of things about this game that continued to piss me off. And then I looked at the defense at the end of the game. They were just allowing easy catches, easy yards, and that stupid prevent defense that they go in at the end of the fourth quarter with a lead. I don't know why this team goes into prevent when at the end of the games. Why are you going into prevent when you're up by as much as you are? I don't know. They were up by what, 13? They were up by 13 points and still and wanted to go into prevent. And then especially the fact that we're going to get into that, which so I'm not going to talk about that now. But that's something that we're obviously going to get into. Is that that continues to piss me off every single week? Why is this team consistently sitting in prevent at the end of football games? I don't know why they do it. It doesn't help them out. It actually makes it worse. But so here's the thing. I know a lot of people, they're going to be listening to what I'm saying here, and they're going to say, you're too negative. You guys just won a postseason game, and you guys are going to go to the NFC Championship game. Absolutely. And am I happy? Yes. Am I excited? Yes. Is this team still a Super Bowl team? Yes. But what I saw out on that field tonight, with all the factors aligning, this was a sloppy win. This was a pathetic win. And the Eagles simply got out-coached. And they were lucky. They were lucky Jalen Carter made the plays that he did. They are lucky Saquon Barkley ran for as much as he did. We're lucky. That was pathetic, and it was atrocious out of that team. So am I happy that we're moving on? Yeah. Am I excited? Is this team still a Super Bowl team? Yes. But not an all-around good win, man. That's just not a good win. Not a good win. So we're going to break a lot of things down tonight. I have 5 different topics that I want to touch on. And, obviously, I'm going to start right here. I'm going to start with the fact that they didn't live up to my expectations for tonight. I'm just going to be honest. So here it is. The Eagles didn't live up to my expectations for this game. They played slow last week, and they started slow last week. They didn't keep their foot on the gas. They didn't do what they had to do. And it's just ridiculous. So again, this is really what needs to be said. Is the Eagles didn't live up to my expectations this week. Simple as that. After last week where they allowed the Packers to stay in the game, I thought that they were going to come in, score early, and keep their foot on the gas and try and run up the score. They didn't do it. And I thought Jalen Hurts was going to be much better. He really wasn't. I thought they were going to really use A.J. Brown in a smart attack way. They didn't. So this team didn't live up to my expectations. Now, obviously, the snow and the weather was a big factor of why they didn't do it. But again, I was expecting a better game plan and a better play calling out of Kellen Moore. I was expecting better offensive play as a whole unit. I didn't see that tonight. So, they just did not live up to my expectation. They didn't do it. And now a lot of people are going to call me crazy. I have expectations. I have I see things and I want things, right? You know what I mean? Like, I have expectations. I have standards. And this is such a good Eagles team that there has to be standards. They have to show up and play the way that they have to show up and play. And they necessarily did not do that tonight. Did they get the win? Yeah. Didn't live up to total expectations tonight. They didn't do it. So, and another thing, just on this topic, we'll touch on this last one here, is the fact that the Eagles don't keep their foot on the gas, right? They don't keep their foot on the gas. So what needs to be said here is it's hard to think about. It's hard to comprehend because it's like this team is so good, but they just allow teams to stay in it. So here it is. This Eagles team never keeps their foot on the gas. They get a lead, and then they could easily start to rack up the lead and build off of that lead. They don't do it. They allow the teams to stay in the football game. You saw it last week with the Packers. They were up 10-0, and then let their foot off the gas and allowed the Packers to stay in that football game the entire game. You saw it again this week with the Rams. They got the lead. They had a bunch of times where they could have ran up the score, scored a bunch of times, got themselves in a very good position, and they didn't do it. They allowed the Rams to stay in the game. They are the ones that allowed the Rams to be in the position that they were. They were the ones that allowed the Rams to make it a 6-point game before the game is finally over. I don't know why they consistently do that. They find themselves in leads, and they always take their foot off the gas, and they allow the teams to stay in it. I don't know why they continuously do that. It makes it as stressful as possible. So it's constantly stressful, and it's ridiculous because then it puts them in a position where they have to force Jalen Hurts to throw. They have to do all these stupid ass things to try and win the game or keep their lead. And it's never good. It's literally never good. Never good. So we're going to switch to our second topic here, and that is that the Eagles defense played well. I think they did play well. Now, did they play? Now, here's the thing. I thought the Eagles' defense played well. Now, did they play as well as they did last week against Green Bay? No. But they took care of business. They put pressure on Stafford. They sacked him a couple times. Jalen Carter played out of his mind. I thought when Quinyon Mitchell got hurt, Isaiah Rodgers came in. He didn't play great, but he did what he had to do. I thought Darius Slay played out of his mind. And then here's the thing. I thought that Nakobe Dean injury was going to really, really hurt this team. But I got to tell you this. Oren Burks played out of his mind as well. Oren Burks played great. He was all over the field. He was making tackles. So this defense, again, showed up to play. This Eagles defense is the reason why this team won the football game. Simple as that. They got the stops. They forced 3 and outs. They made when the Rams were forcing down the field, they had good recoveries and they forced field goals, which ended up really helping this team. It's like ridiculous, but they played well. I don't know if people are really going to give this defense praise as much as they should, but they definitely need the praise because they played well tonight. They're the reason why this team won the football game. I mean, like truly. Staying on the topic of this defense, I brought this up earlier in the show, and it was the fact that I don't know why this team consistently goes into prevent late in the game. I get why teams go into prevent. I understand why they would think to go into prevent. But why are you doing it in this scenario? You're up by 13 points with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Play on your man. Play physical. So here's what really needs to be said about the whole prevent thing. I don't know why this Eagles team consistently goes in the prevent when they have a lead in the fourth quarter. I understand why teams do it, But I don't know why they continue to do it tonight when you saw that the Rams were charging down the field. Guys were wide open. They scored that touchdown. And then the Eagles offense got they got the 3-and-out. And then the Rams came back on the field. And then continue to find wide open receivers. Continue to march down the field. I don't know why this team's always in prevent defense. Why? Late in the game, you want to stay on your guy. You want to be physical. You want him to feel like he can't go anywhere. They didn't do that tonight. They really did not do it tonight. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just like, obviously it didn't hurt them. But that was like the one real bad thing with this defense was that, they just didn't, that stupid-ass prevent shit, man. Jalen Hurts. Let's switch to our next two topics here. And this is on the offensive side of the football. So we're going to go Jalen Hurts and then Kellen Moore. Then we're going to wrap this puppy up. So we're going to go with Jalen Hurts first. For all the people that are saying that Jalen Hurts played well tonight, you are an idiot. You have no idea what you're talking about. The guy got sacked at an alarming rate. He overthrown receivers. He had no pocket awareness tonight. He didn't know where anything was. He didn't know how to escape the pocket. He didn't know how to throw the ball away. Now, the only thing I can truly give him praise on was that he ran the ball extremely well and extremely efficient tonight. But as a legitimate quarterback, he played awful. And I gave him a pass last week because he was rusty versus the Packers. But I thought that he was going to come in and play much better this week. And he ultimately didn't. He had no pocket awareness. Couldn't throw the ball. He threw the ball one time to A.J. Brown, and it was in the double coverage at the back of the end zone. What in the hell are you trying to make that throw for? Back of the end zone, A.J. Brown in double coverage, and he's trying to throw it. Almost picked off. Jalen Hurts, again, he fumbled the snap. He dropped the ball. He tried to, and then Kenny Gainwell got the ball. I may be overreacting when it comes to this Jalen Hurts situation, but you cannot tell me today that he played well. He did not play well at all. He didn't look confident back there. He didn't look. I don't know. It was just like one of those times where it was like last week. Although he played bad, although he was very rusty, last week he just played so much better. He just played better last week. And he did not live up to the expectations that I thought he was going to have for this game. Really. I mean, just simple as that. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch to the last topic on this list here. And that's Kellen Moore. I don't think this was going to get talked about enough either. Kellen Moore and how bad, how putrid he's been. So let's talk about it. Kellen Moore has been a total disaster the past 2 weeks. A total disaster. He has the most lame routes ever. He has Jalen Hurts trying to throw the ball consistently. He tries to abandon the run in the first half. He has no offensive game plan. He doesn't want to ever throw the ball to Dallas Goedert. And when he actually does decide to have play calling revolve around Dallas Goedert, it actually works. He's always open. The guy's always open. But when it comes down to it, I don't know why Kellen Moore doesn't realize that Saquon Barkley is an MVP. And he's the MVP of this team. Why are we not pounding the run consistently with him? And then the pass plays that he has for Jalen Hurts. I think he makes Jalen Hurts look worse than he actually is. He puts Jalen Hurts in these tough positions. It's bad. It's actually a hard watch. He puts Jalen Hurts in tough positions, and I don't have a lot of faith in Jalen. But Kellen Moore and the play calling he has out there, this is a run-first team, a run-first offense. And when he wants to try and make it a pass-first offense, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I just don't think that he's had a good game plan in the past 2 weeks, especially tonight. Tonight was bad. Tonight was like really, really, really bad. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, though. They got the win. I mean, it's just so, but like, just to wrap everything up here, like, I get people are going to think that I am mad and that I'm angry and that I'm upset that we won the game. I'm not. But they have a lot of work to do because this Washington team is very good. And when you think about this Washington team, it's a scary position when a team is coming in and with nothing to lose. That Washington team has nothing to lose, and they could care less if they lose. That's a scary place to be when you're facing a team like that. They have nothing to lose. They don't care how it happens. They're going to go out there and play their game either way. And they're going to wait for you to make a mistake. And thankfully, the past 2 weeks, the Eagles really have not made a mistake. But this could be the week where they do, and I don't, but I am happy that we're going to NFC Championship game. We got the game next week. I think they said 3 o'clock, so that's what I would be looking out for. But yeah, man, go Birds. 28-22 victory tonight. I'm happy. I'm excited. It's good to be moving on. Just a little bit to clean up from this team. But yeah, man. Thank you all for tuning into the podcast. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Send this to people you know. Leave a comment what you think about this game. And without further ado, I'll see you guys on the next one. I really do love and appreciate every single one of you. Have a good night.